Alright, so I'm going to talk about the Jurassic World Dominion Prologue. It's a 5-minute short that premiered earlier today. I was at work, and I actually thought it was going to premiere at first on NBC, because apparently NBC is premiering it tonight as like a special 5-minute preview, but then everyone was like, screw it, we can't wait that long. Or that or it got leaked, and they were like, screw it, just screw it, just post it online, it doesn't matter. So we're going to be here talking about the Jurassic World Dominion Prologue, and kind of give like my further thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion itself. Because yeah, it feels like it's been a while since we've had any Jurassic anything. Like, I mean, yeah, we had Jurassic World Evolution 2 come out, and I feel like that was kind of the emphasis to post this, because they were like, we got our first Jurassic World content out in like almost over a year, and now it's like, quick, strike while the iron is hot. I feel like that was Universal's thought process. It was just like, strike while the iron is hot. Yeah, that's kind of what I think is that's what I think was the idea for it. Anyway, so the 5-minute prologue really feels like it should have been in the movie. Like, I'm already getting vibes of what they did with the prologue pieces for both for Alien Covenant. Yeah, remember those cut scenes that were treated as prologues that you had to watch? Like, the scene where you got to meet all the characters and James Franco's character, rather than the 5 seconds he was in burning to death. As well as talking about what happened between David and Shaw in post-Prometheus. I feel like that needed to be in the movie and not some dumbass prologue. I'm kind of getting vibes here, because I feel like this is kind of important stuff that's needed for the movie, at least. Like, this really does feel important. Like, this really does feel like it should. Like, this is shit you kind of need for the film. Like, it just kind of bothers me that, you know, this should have been in the movie. But I get it. Like, you wanted some content out. You wanted to have some cool content, and you wanted to have something to tide everyone over for until we get like a full trailer. Which I imagine there's a part of me that thinks maybe we'll get a full trailer maybe December or sometime early next year, because this movie's coming out in summer. Like, they've already, like, it's set and done, like, it's set in stone. This is coming out in summer of 2022, and they're just trying to pump out as much content as they want, because as we know, it's been very obvious that Universal wants to treat Jurassic World like their version of Star Wars. It's a familiar IP, and there's a lot of storytelling you can do with it. So, yeah, I think they just want to crank out as much as they can, but I feel like this needs to be left in the movie. Like, this is something that needs to be left in the movie. But at the same time, I'm like, I get it, you want something. I mean, Battle of Big Rock was over almost 2 years ago, I think, and that's been about it. So I get it. Yeah. So let's talk about the trailer itself. So the trailer, I think I've talked enough about, like, giving my thoughts, but yeah, the prologue, I should say, really gives off that feel of, like, something you'd see, and I was just kind of waiting for, like, Richard Attenborough to start talking, like, here we see, in the late Great Cretaceous period, the wild Quetzalcoatlus eating its first kill. Or I can't do Richard Attenborough, obviously. I'm such a great mimic of others, as you can tell. But yeah, so we get a quick view of all the dinosaurs as they look. A lot of them look as scientists really depict them, and not in the movies. The surprise, like, I was surprised by that we do see a lot of these dinosaurs as science kind of sees them now, instead of what the movies kind of show you. Like, we do see that some of the pteranodons do have feathers on them. A lot of, especially the Oviraptor, it looks like a fucking chicken. Like, it looks like a fucking chicken, so it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool to see that in a Jurassic Park anything, let alone a movie. So we get to see like the Ankylosaurus, Quetzalcoatl, the Oviraptor, Nasunoceratops, which for some reason is getting like a lot of buzz. Apparently, I don't know why Jurassic Park is going all in on the Nasunoceratops and not the Triceratops, who we barely get anything with. We barely get anything with the Triceratops, unless it's a background character or it's dying on the floor. It's really the only times you get a Triceratops in anything Jurassic. But nope, we get the Nasunoceratops. Which also, if you're a major dinosaur nerd, a lot of this bothers you because a lot of these dinosaurs did not exist in this... I mean, they don't all exist in the same era, but they did not exist in these time periods. Also, they didn't exist in the same environment. The perfect example of this is when the Giganotosaurus and the T-Rex face off. Let me nerd splooge on everyone. Ugh, I instantly regret saying that. But let me explain this. The Giganotosaurus was of the Cretaceous period, but it was in South America. The T-Rex is located in what would be now known as North America. Specifically, the North and South Dakotas, along with like Montana, like the upper regions of North America. So these dinosaurs would have never met. But I get it, it's movie magic, and you don't have like and we're so tired of hybrids, it's time for like another major predator. It's time for another major predator. You already used the Spinosaurus, so... And you can just call it the Giga. Like, that's the thing, it's called the Giganotosaurus, but you can just call it the Giga and just, you're selling. Hang on, let me do this more emphasis. And you're selling. You know. I don't want to hit too hard. I don't want to break anything. But yeah, so obviously we're going to be seeing some Jurassic Park toys, Jurassic World toys at some point with the Giga there, if it hasn't already. I'm pretty sure there are Giga toys already. And it's probably better than the Carcharodontosaurus, because a lot of people can probably pronounce Giganotosaurus or just call it the Giga instead of calling the Carcharodontosaurus the Carcar. Anywho, so the two fight. It's very much like, again, it very much feels like a nature documentary. And T-Rex dies, the mosquito bites it, and we fast forward to our T-Rex, the clone of that Rex. And again, it really does show like a real in that past of the T-Rex with feathers, because it has been like recently like heavily theorized, and that yeah, T-Rex probably did have feathers. As to how much, we don't know, but it is kind of suspected now that T-Rex probably did have feathers. But yeah, so the T-Rex in our current timeline is now running from Fish and Game wildlife, and it runs into a movie theater. What I find fascinating about this is that it's like moving through and snapping at people, but it's not like killing people. It's not, the T-Rex is clearly not like trying to kill anyone. I mean, it does flip over a car when it's walking by them. It's more like get the hell out of my way kind of take. It's very much like an animal who's cornered. It's going to, it doesn't want, if it wants a confrontation, it's going to have a confrontation, but if it doesn't, it's going to just move on through, and if you get in its way, fuck you. That's how a lot of animals are. And finally, it's kind of fun that we're seeing like an animal behavior from something that we just saw as like a movie monster. So I find that fascinating that the T-Rex is like, yeah, she's smashing through stuff and roaring at people and does snap, but she's not like trying to eat anyone. So it's very much, again, like an animal that got chased into a situation it didn't want to be in and it wanted to get out of. It's very much like how elephants, when they're cornered, or other large animals, I'll just stick with the elephant because this is the closest thing I can get with comparison, is that when elephants are cornered in a situation, they get stressed, they lash out and just start breaking stuff until they find a way out. That's what I saw, and if they do kill someone, it's usually they're in the pathway of that rampage. And yes, I know, elephants eat plants and they're mammals, T-Rex, large carnivore who we've seen eat people. But yeah, it's very much like in that situation where the T-Rex is just cornered. She doesn't want to be here. She's she's stressed out and is just trying to find a way out. I find that it's like a nice take. So yeah. So I'm interested in this movie. It looks like the merchandising, like the green light for Jurassic World stuff, is now green light. We are green light for go. We're probably gonna get a trailer at some point. This was fun, and it does make me wonder where Dominion is gonna go, because we know we're gonna get the Dilophosaurus, we're gonna get Deinonychus, we're gonna get the Giga, a ton of dinosaurs. But it makes me wonder of how long this movie's going to be and how much of those dinosaurs are going to be seen. Because, yeah, it looks like a big, expansive movie, but I don't trust Colin Trevorrow's vision because, yeah, while I liked Jurassic World, I felt like there wasn't much of a story there. And also, he really doesn't, like, it's kind of clear he's not big on female protagonists, so. Anyway. So, let's see what we got. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see what we got. So, you guys tell me in the comments below. What did you guys think of the Jurassic World Prologue? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Just comment below. Let me know. Once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.